Uh-oh. We're going to start with a free kick, it looks like. Not touched, and so free kick to Humber. That kick didn't go the 10 meters required. And Humber right off the bat with the attack. And looks like maybe a knock-on. Nope. Yep, he is going to call a knock-on. So
a little bit late getting this going. We've got Scott Clarence behind the whistle, and the linesmen are Johnny Nellis and Aidan McLean, all members of the Belleville Bulldogs RFC, which has a real strong tie with Loyalist Rugby, always has.
Yeah, first scrum here, Seneca ball. So after a couple of clunky plays there, nice little take, and that's Hooper coming through, and the little loop off of it, that was well designed.
Oh, wow.
A great run here by number 3 from Seneca, which is Taylor Weatherall. And then, unfortunately, when they went for the offload, a knock on, and it'd be a Humber ball deep in their own end.
It is Hooper. Somebody was trying to tell us it was Hopper.
Yeah, it is Hooper. Yeah. They announced it Hopper on the field level.
That was it.
The speakers for the crowd here. We were right, which is rare.
Of course.
But
and we like to call it a Hooper. Just like in Australia, they have a great back row player for the national team down there, the Wallabies. Hooper.
Here we thought we were giving her a new nickname, but it turns out it was actually the announcer here at the field.
Maybe Hopper's her nickname.
Oh, nice gap. Yeah. Good decision. And then goes for the offload. Wow. Well taken by the Seneca player to get the turnover. And then a scrappy little breakdown. Here goes Seneca on the attack again. Looks like this is looking like these two girls are going to be in a, not these girls, this game's going to be a bit of a scrap. Right now, everything's just really physical right at you.
Yep.
Seneca keeping the ball alive.
Yeah, some good movement.
Yep, and they're out to the edge. And good tackle, looking for the offload. Oh, really good offload. And then a great stiff arm. That's Hooper. Nice. Gets in for their first score. 5-0 early here for Seneca.
That was set up by Amy Lee Barrington from Burlington. Played rugby at Burlington Central High before moving on to Humber. And oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
Chelsea Clark, I think, was the offload. That was a great little play. It looked like she was going for the wraparound, and then Hooper was coming around on the outside, so she went back and got a little flick offload to the outside. And Hooper then hit a great stiff arm, and it separated, and they managed to score the try there.
My apologies. Chelsea Clark, correct, from Toronto, who played at W.A. Porter. And that was I love that reverse offload. And she's a big, strong kid and held up in the tackle, but she wasn't going to go down before she dished, as you said, to Hooper, who made a nice run. Hooper's a real strong player.
Yeah, really good high-skill play there. So time's off. It looks like, oh, maybe time's back in. Looked like we had a player getting looked at a little bit. We got a Seneca AT on the field, just heading off there now, and time's back in. And the kick, the convert was very difficult and not made. And there's Humber with the take and a missed tackle, and we got a big run. See if she can keep the attack alive. Ends up getting tackled to the floor. Little show and go, tackled again. And their ball out into space. And a good up, number 1 from Seneca's foul is, I got Marley Ludwigson for number 1.
Ah, man, I'm looking on the wrong sheet. What's wrong with me?
Humber's getting a little bit of an attack moving here. This is 3 or 4 seasons in a row. And as I say that, Hooper with the stolen ball and the penalty turnover. Makes a nice run, gets the ball out into space. Continuing this attack. That's about a 40-meter run there from the turnover to, and now another penalty. This time Seneca looks like, I think he's saying they're sealed it off.
Yeah.
So Humber right back into the attack. They go on the quick tap.
Good hands.
And they've got a gap. Here's the, oh, well done on the back. Looked like they had a sweeper coming through. Humber wins the ball, ball's out, and they're in attack. Great tackle there by Clark. And referee says offside.
Yeah, I wondered about that. That's a good call. Looked close.
Humber into the attack again.
Good hands.
Little off, lost forward, and we're going to go scrum to Seneca. And not good news, I think, for Seneca. It looks like Hooper's waving at the coach saying, I need a break, and she's got a little hitch in her walk there, exactly.
Well, she's wearing quite a tape job on her left leg, so hopefully you don't want to think something's compounded that already situation. Actually, it's is it?
It's Hooper,
yeah. On her right leg, sorry.
Her right, yeah. So Hooper's gone off.
Your left,
substitutes
in. Yeah, that's too bad. She's a heck of a player. OCAA All-Star.
Oh, and Humber walks over. That's like 4 scrums in a row for us today that have been turned over.
Yeah, that was a heck of a drive.
Ooh, that looked like it might have went forward. Yeah, it was thrown forward. So it'll be a scrum to Seneca. They just got blown off the ball there in the last scrum, so let's see if they make a little adjustment here.
Well, so we do have a local player in the lineup of one of these teams, Corey MacArthur from Trenton, plays in the front row, 5'8", and is wearing number 20 for Humber.
I think I saw Bubba Goche talking to her earlier.
Okay.
Oh, free kick against Seneca. So they lost their last scrum, and then on this one they have some sort of a fraction in there, and they've been given a free kick to Humber. So
I think that's our Trenton girl right there.
Humber with the tap, little off, and see if they can get going forward here now. There it is, and there's some pace here, and an extra player, cleanly caught. This should be a try now for Humber.
Yep.
Yeah, it will be a try. They'll have a shot at on a convert from there. It's a not a super easy kick, but it's makeable from there.
And that was Corey MacArthur from Trenton who started that play with the tap and go, and then she dished, and it ended up being passed one more time, and we got a tied game.
Yeah, so we'll see. We got a tie game here, pending the kick. That's no good, so it'll be a 5-5. It looks like we're at the break. Nope, referee saying we're gonna play one more series here to finish the half. The score must have happened before,
yeah.
And we're playing out this last one, so it's 5-5.
That's what sometimes people that are new to rugby get a little confused by that. But if the score has occurred before the official time has expired, you play one more series.
So let's see if what Seneca does here. Are they going to try to take it clean here and see if they can get an attack? Right through the wickets there. And Seneca's been good about keeping the ball alive and offloading. Looking for some space, not much there. This looks like it could be no turnover. We got an advantage here. I think maybe high is probably the call. That they were competing for the ball high in the tackle, so I'm wondering if that's what happened. Yeah, it looks like the signal is up around the neck. Humber's done a good job here. The ball was 40 meters from the spot. Humber's done a good job getting themselves flat in 10. Should be able to defend here and maybe get out of the half without giving up any more points, and a tie at the break.
Another advantage for Seneca.
Oh, yep.
The half can't end on a penalty. So
referee doesn't
we'll
like
continue.
it. It looks like he's digging in, so he's going yellow card here, I think. Yep, that's a yellow card. Number 3 for Humber has been sent off. Number 3 is Isabella McPhee.
She's from Brampton. So penalty, half can't end on a penalty, so Seneca will continue on. They've got a chance to take a lead to the locker room.
And there's the tap. And it's a 7v6 advantage here right now. So and that's going to be a turnover. And Humber might now have a chance. Down a player. If they can squeak through here. Nope, great tackle. Yeah. That was Clark who set up the try earlier.
Good hands.
Yeah, a little show and go. And then Humber is going to extend the lead, though. This is quite the turn of events. Get a yellow card and then make a great couple of defensive plays. And a nice little dummy ball there. And they score right under the forks, so there's a chance here.
Well, that old saying in rugby, the most dangerous team in rugby plays one player short. And Humber just demonstrated that old adage to be true in this case.
Chance here for extend the lead by 7 when it looked like, nope, and they don't. So it's a 5-point lead for Humber at the half. That's a interesting turn of events in the final minute and a half that was actually played all after the 7-minute mark, because the first score by Humber was right at about 6 minutes and 50 seconds. So our consolation final for 5th place, Seneca trails 10-5 to Humber Hawks.
Good battle. Two Toronto teams going at it for some pride on the line. Finish in the top 5 in the province. If you win this game, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Yep. So then our next game up there'll be a short break here after this final finishes, and then we'll have the bronze medal game between the host Loyalist Lancers. That's the 4 seed versus the 3 seed Algonquin, who lost this outstanding semifinal to St. Lawrence, who's going to play the #1 rated Durham Lords in the championship final at 2:15.
Yeah, it's nice for Loyalists that they get to play for a medal. That would cap off a satisfying season for Coach Ken Fitzgerald and his crew of Lancers.
Absolutely.
But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. They know Algonquin as well as anybody. They play in the same division, so they know they have their work cut out for them.
Yeah. So Seneca looking like this is their second game of the day for both teams. Seneca's looking like maybe they're a little more gassed. Looks like a slightly smaller roster, and their all-star player Hooper is left the game, so kind of undermanned. However, speaking of undermanned, Humber will start the second half down a player after the yellow card. So we'll see if Seneca can get something going while they've got about a 2-minute advantage of an extra player. Tie this thing up, and we should have an exciting second half here.
Yeah, that was a really exciting final minute that stretched into about 5, because there was, I think, 3 penalties in a row, and then finally looked like Seneca was going to increase their lead, and then all of a sudden there was a turnover ball, and Humber scored. And as you said, we've got a 10-5 game now.
So Humber, with the player in the bin, they're going to kick off to Seneca, who's got the player advantage, and we'll just see how this plays out. Second half underway. Here's the kickoff's good. Through the hands backwards. Seneca picks it up, cleans it up, and then looked like a handling error there.
Yeah,
a knock on. Yeah. So that's a great start for Humber. Down a player, they get the ball back. They're in Seneca's territory.
Well, anybody who's played on a side when you're a man short, and I think that's pretty much everybody that's ever played rugby at one time or another, you know that you can really turn that around, because everybody just gets a renewed sense of urgency, and you see players just play out of their minds because they know they're short.
Humber's had an advantage in the scrum, and they still do, but now out in the midfield, there's not a lot of bodies out there, but a great little move. That's #2 by
what a run,
Allison Jordan Smiley. Nice little run to get that attack started, but a turnover, I think, and Seneca's now got the ball. Humber's gone right to the ground, I think is what was called there. And Seneca's now off and running. A missed tackle, and I think he's called not 10 advantage, so there's going to be a new penalty advantage here, I think, to Seneca. Yep, there's the whistle. Oh, and he's digging to his book again. So in this championship, that's a second yellow card to Humber. They're going to play down 2 players right now. The original yellow is probably coming back in here.
Yeah, I think they're asking. And it looks like the player thinks she's back on. But
yeah, but I think the coach wants her back in, but I don't think the referee's ready to bring her back in.
No, and that's what counts.
So a 7v5 advantage. This is, this might be the best chance Seneca's going to get to try to change the complexion of this game. And there's a nice run, and not so much a missed tackle. That's
Great
definitely
tackle.
not a missed tackle, but they found that crack. Ooh. And there's Humber through with the great counter ruck to win the ball clean, and they've turned it over down a player. I'm almost thinking they might be thinking, like, how do we get a whistle just to get a player back on the field now? But this is a good run here by number 19 is Amy Johnson. Rumbles down the far side and takes defenders with her. Oh, and there's that baby knock on. Ooh, and she got crunched for it. And you can hear the Humber team, who's been yellow carded twice, asking for a card themselves, or at least a penalty, but they're not going to get it here.
Yeah, and I think the first bin player is coming back on, so that helps Humber.
Yeah.
But they're still down one player.
I believe it was Isabella McPhee, number 3. I think she's coming back into the game. So Humber's back to 6 players. Oh, Seneca is now being pushed back. So the referee did decide to give a penalty for that tackle that happened after the knock-on. A little bit of bad luck there for Seneca. A bit of a bang-bang play. It was a really hard hit, but
I think that could have been a card, especially after you already dealt 2 to the same team.
yeah. Oh, and a missed tackle there by Seneca. Humber's through. Humber might score again, down another player. So since Humber has been down a player, they've been they're up 10-0.
That old saying proves true again. The most dangerous team in rugby can be the team that's playing short. And Humber, boy, give them credit. Those players who are out there, the 6, 5 for a while, have really dug deep and come up with a great effort.
And we got a convert this time. Yep, up and through. So Seneca's really going to have to press here now. They still have a player advantage for probably another 90 seconds or so. But down 12, they're going to need to score quickly.
That's a great effort by the Humber Hawks. Got to give those kids a ton of credit. It's taxing enough playing 7s, but playing 6s and 5s against 7, that's even tougher. So
that's a lot of ground to cover from sideline to sideline. Well done.
We tip our hats to the Hawks.
We've got a substitute happening here on the exchange. So Humber about to kick off, up 12, about 3 minutes to play. Right to Seneca, and there's a bit of a panic pass and a turnover. So Humber again now.
Yeah, it looked like the Seneca player was unprepared to take the pass. I don't think 15 really needed to, but she wanted to offload, and there was a bit of a miscommunication on the exchange there.
Yeah, so Humber's getting a scrum here after the knock-on. Seems to be a little bit of confusion as to what the next play is going to be.
We got some subs coming off for Humber. No wonder, because those 5 or 6 that were out there.
The Seneca scrum half even thinks she's going to cut the ball in.
Need a break.
They knocked it on, but they're somehow, and a fair bit of confusion there because it was a knock-on by Seneca. Seneca tried to put the ball in the scrum. They ended up getting up a free kick. I'm not sure that it was actually because they had the ball. I think it was just the referee didn't like something that was happening in the front row. Well, I guess there is only one row in the scrum,
but it still is the front.
Kind of a strange exchange there as well.
Yeah, it's a little messy down there now.
Ooh. Seneca's just not being very accurate with their ball. They misplayed a few here. You know, it's the end of the season. They're probably not in the game they want to be in. Maybe they're just kind of going through the motions here. So this time looks like it was a knock on by Humber, and Seneca has the ball. They're on their own 5-meter line. Let's see what kind of pressure Humber brings. That scrum is clean win, but he's got an advantage, so Humber must have done something. Offside maybe, high tackle maybe there, so he's got them offside at the scrum. See what the urgency level is here for Seneca. Oh, there's the tap. Referee says go ahead, but Humber has got all their players back on the field now too. But we got a chance to get an edge. There she goes. Let's see how if she can separate. It looks like we got a foot race here. Looks like Humber's starting to close in. She's going to get her. Is she going to hold on?
Nice.
She does.
Great run.
There's
great
your presentation.
Tackle.
Humber looks like they're taking the ball. The referee has got advantage for the steal. And
well, that was a heck of a run and a heck of a tackle. And what a great chase by the Humber player. I mean, you're up by 17-15, and she still was chasing down that ball carrier as if they were trailing 17-5. Good for her.
So the penalty's been awarded. Humber, with only 30 seconds left, I think probably can just a couple of phases and escape here with a 5th place victory.
Nice offload.
We got, I think, new advantage. I think he got the seatbelt tackle there a little bit over the shoulder, and there it is. And time is off, and he's going to the book for a 3rd time in the game, 1st time to Seneca. There's only about 15, 17 seconds left by the looks of things, so this next sequence will likely be the end of the game.
Well, he indicated a card. Nobody's going off.
I think number 4
4,
from Seneca is heading off.
Yeah, that's
Lisa McKnight
from Brampton. Went to
And
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Humber is called for a scrum. They've been pretty dominant in the scrum, so.
Yeah, why not, too? You're up 17-5. There's not much time left. Might as well eat some clock. Although there is, time was off for a second there.
Yeah, when he did the card, he turned the clock off. But
good to go
so I think
now.
by the time this scrum comes together, it's won. I would imagine Humber's gonna kick the ball out of bounds.
Now they can.
Free kick, so might be just tap and play there. This girl wants to attack. That's McKnight, or not McKnight, sorry, Isabel McPhee. She got carded earlier, so maybe she's feeling like she needs to get some juice in there.
Wants to stretch the legs out a bit. Yeah, she's got some energy in the bin.
And we got another attack here coming from Humber.
Good for them.
They've won the game. There's no opportunity for Seneca to
this will be
win,
the
but
exclamation
number
point.
9 here for Humber is going through. Number 9 is Mara DeMello. She was player of the game for Humber in their opening quarterfinal loss to Loyalist. She scores there to extend the lead to 22-5. The convert will be the last play of the game. Humber will be your 5th place OCAA.
She's going to try and convert. I think that's her, isn't it? Convert her own score. Yeah.
Yep, so DeMello,
Good for her.
I think that's her 9th point of the game. So Humber wins the 5th place consolation match. 24-5.
Yeah, good game. That was a tight tilt for a while, and then that really interesting ending to the first half changed the whole game. Humber ran in that late try, and that seemed to swing the momentum entirely to them for the remainder of the match.
Yeah, and our player of the games for this 5th place match are number 7 from Humber, Megan O'Coin, and number 6 from Seneca, Destiny. Number 6, Destiny Israel Hippolyte. I think I might have got that right. Who knows? So yeah, we'll be back in a little bit with the bronze medal final. Loyalist Lancers versus the Algonquin Wolves, not the Thunderbones.
Yep.
And then that'll be followed by the gold medal final. The Durham Lords taking on the St. Lawrence Surge.
With the gold medal game following at 2:50.